Oh, welcome to Old Reach. It's just me today. We got a few problems with the sheep. We got the vet out looking at them. The sheep and the lamb says, you know, we've got over 100 head of sheep, and I'm going to dive across the grass there. No one saw that. Now we've got over 100 head of sheep. Well, we've got 100 head of sheep plus the lamb, so it's going to take most of the day to do it. So Tom's looking after the vet and helping him out, whilst I'm off to do the rape on field 21. Then got the beacon going. That's better. I'm going to take the shortcut, hopefully. Now, it's always a bit tight around some of these bits here, especially with the combine. Luckily there's no one about. George, our local copper, we have a word with him, and he makes certain the road's clear for us as we're mowing the combine about. He does the same for most of the farmers. You know how important we are to the community, to the wealth of the community. At least that's what we tell everybody. Yes, we've got the rape field is ready, as are 4 and 7, the other two barley fields. With not that much to do after this. I don't think the rest will be ready until early autumn, I would have thought. So we're early to mid-autumn. And that's the potatoes and the sugar beet, for which we are going to have to rent the harvesting equipment. I think for the sugar beet, this is quite a tight turn here. Best to not to try and take it in one, just take it nice and steady. The potatoes, I will just rent the tow behind stuff, the topper and the lifter. I'll rent those separately, get the top and done, then get the potato lifter out. It's a long, laborious process using it, the lifter, but we'll get it done. I may give that to Tom and I'll run the stuff away. Or if I'm feeling really generous, I'll do the lift and then he can do the run away. But at the moment, I'm not feeling that generous. The beet I will be renting either a Grimmy or a Homer. Yeah, that'd be a Grimmy or a Homer, I would think. That's what Chad's got and gets hands on easiest. Not for a Grimmy, it's slightly cheaper to rent when you take everything into account. We shouldn't want it much more than a day. Right, well, we're in the field. Just gonna get everything undone now, because I can't see a thing here. Just trying to get back to the start of the field. That should do it. We're close enough there, I think. Get everything else lifted up, and the beacons can go off now. Just check we are open at the top. Yes, look at that. Far up. And let's see what mess we can make of this. I must be one of the few people left using a small head around here, except for, with the exception, I would have thought of Justin, who's still at times used the old tow behind John Deere. He enjoys using the old stuff, and he doesn't have a lot to harvest anyway. It's a waste of time in having anything too big. Now you might be wondering what's happening with Crawford Brown. Well, he is panicking at the moment. It looks like it's worse than we all thought, this collapse of his housing development company. it threatens to bring down more of his companies. It looks like he borrowed heavier, and we thought on the understanding that he'd get his luxury dwellings up on the side of the hill above VP's milk production, his dairy. Melissa certainly put a spanner in the works, but she doesn't seem very sorry about. Get rid of that. She doesn't seem sorry about that at all. He's actually been round to see it, to see if he could refinance some of his debts. I don't think that's going to happen somehow. Well, this is going to be a tight bit now. Let's hope we don't get too close to the edge here. That's alright. We did just catch one tree. I'm going to have to trim that tree a bit, I think. Don't like doing it, but I think I'm going to have to just trim back some branches so we can get through there a bit better. I'll put that on my to-do list. And also on the to-do list is to mow the silage out into the store. We're out of silage in the feed store. And there's also on our to-do list this winter is clean up round the back of the feed store, around the back of the bins there. Get rid of those old sleepers around there. We're not going to use them for anything, and I think I will dispose of those, sell them off for firewood. That could be a job for Tom to cut those up and send them out to the pensioners in the region. Those are still on open fires, and they might as well make use of it. And they do burn well. The pitch in them, they certainly throw out a lot of heat. Have to be a bit careful though that you don't put the ones ready to go in too close to the fire itself. They can just sort of catch a bit easy. And as you can see, I brought the big star down. Wife sort of ran me back and forth as I was getting these in position. I shall probably leave the combine here when we're done, and then when Tom's finished, we take the whole caboodle up to, I think it's 4 and 7 we've got to do. You may have noticed that this had a good clean. It's well, it probably won't look clean anymore. And that was rather a long pause. Was it saved? And I heard from Kylie they will be back for a holiday next spring. They're coming down in the spring. They say that it's a quieter time of year where they are for what they're doing. The summer gets really busy, but for what they're actually doing, it's the best time for them to take a holiday. So we will be seeing them next year, and I think I'm gonna see if I can get this GPS thingy to work on here. Oh yeah, just trim. Just gonna stop for a moment and have a look at these trees here. Well, that one will probably be alright. Oh yeah, this one here wants to come out, and this one especially. If I take those two out, we should be alright. That don't look nice and clean, eh? Alright, let's crack on again. Yeah, we'll get this turn round top here. Oh, beg your pardon. I'll get this turned around at the top here, and we will attempt to see if I can figure out GPS. As you know, I'm not the most technical of people. I still farm very much by the seat of my pants, so to speak, if you excuse the expression. I think I ought to just take another cut off here first. Yeah, I will take another cut this end. I haven't got a lot of room in this corner. Not too bad once we get out of the corner, because we won't be in the corner very long. Actually, this wouldn't be a bad one if we've got plenty of room the other side there too. And no, it won't work. I've got those trees. I've got to go up and down. I'll do this next edge. See, one of the rocks we dug up when we ploughed this. I'm going to have to move that and get rid of that. You know, things like this problem with the sheep, it happens to all farmers, all livestock farmers. You never get completely away from having problems. Right, we're going to see what we can do with this. See if I can remember what my son told me to do. Press that and that. Press that. Bring it round to that edges. Oh, let's try that now then. Oh, press the wrong one. I have got a key here somewhere which does it, but not here. Ah, that one will do it. It's just a matter of finding it. And it says you can get rid of this by doing that. Ah, that looks alright, doesn't it? I'll take it. Then he says you can do that to bring it back. And now we got the width about right. I think I'm going to just take that down a bit. I don't think we're quite 6'6". I'm going to take it down to 5, up to 6. That's better. I'd just rather cut slightly narrower, make something get it all, and risk missing some. Oh, that's better, yeah, so I can cope with this. This cut, it's just to level the edge off. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Should get better as we go into it more, and it looks like I didn't get this very level. Never mind. Now, Tom would have got that spot on first time. And Charles wouldn't even have used the GPS, he would have just done it all by eye. And they seem to be settled down, the pair of now, Charles and the ladyship. I still call her ladyship. Oh, because she's not really the ladyship anymore. Melissa is. Oh, what would be a second cut to it. Level this off properly. How are we doing it? Oh, well, not quite half full. The reason I decided I'd do the right is, as you probably know, you don't get that much yield out of right, but so I'm not going to have to worry about keep emptying the combine. A couple of 3 times I reckon on this field should do it. Yes, we've got plenty of work to do on the farm. Got ploughing of 1 to do. I might even get Tom to do that, and 4 and 7 are not that big. I might just do those solo and let Tom get one ploughed and this one ploughed. No, we need to get them. I'd like to get them ploughed before the winter. I like to have ploughed land so that the frost can get in and really gives a nice tilth on the top. That's the one my old father and grandfather told me to do it, so I carry on doing the same. And I'm still coming under increasing pressure by the way to go over to bales, but I don't think it's going to happen. When fall takes over, and it will probably be him in charge, and Tom, because of it, I will be making Tom a junior partner. He won't get a full share. Mind the shares is getting rather thin though. We've still got Charles taking a small amount out, Kylie taking some out. And let's drop it down. Now we should have a proper cut this time. I think we'll get up and down a couple more times and yet before we have to empty out. I hope I remember to switch the engine off this steer. Does sort of drink juice a bit. Well, mind you, don't they all? See, we're a little bit dry on this field, but not that far off. Got a slight acidity. Give it some lime just before we seed, I would have thought. I don't want to put too much lime on. I don't want to mix it in too much because it's nice neutral here. I might even leave this one. Yeah, I'll make up my mind one day. Yeah, slight acidity. Yeah, I think I might leave that. It's not going to make too much difference to the yield. The big problem is, as the longer we use these fields, the harder it is to level things off and get an even field. Although the fertilisation doesn't seem too bad. Yes, I think we're empty out coming back next time. Coming up that side next time. I don't really want to have to push myself out in the field into the crop to do it. No, they tell me I can get it back on course from this sort of angle. We'll find out. Oh yeah, that's magic. Sheer magic. Ah, the dust is getting to me. Oh, I did leave the rear window open on the steer. It's a mistake. Yeah, it must probably be getting fairly dusty in there, although this isn't so bad as some for dust. The rape. The worst in the world is wheat if it's a little bit damp, because you could get the spores on there which get into your lungs. You do need to be in the full air conditioning and full filtration of the air. I've seen too many old farmers who can hardly breathe by the time they reach 50, let alone 60 or 70. Still, we all enjoy the old open cabs, and I playing with the idea next year having a fun day out here when we get some old equipment out on the farm. We use one of the meadows, put them on, and possibly leave one small field uncultivated. And I'm just going to be quiet. I'm watching the mirror there to try not to hit the hedge or go through the hedge. We'll take it back and we'll stop it at the far end if we don't fill up beforehand. I'm not too far from the tractor here. Not too far for me to run. Yeah, 74%. Oh, we should hit 80%. 82, 3. 82 or 3 I would have thought by the time we get to the other end of this. Now it doesn't seem to be cropping quite as well as I'd hoped. Now, as I said before, right, it's very high price, but it needs to be. The seeds cost more, you need more of them, and the yield isn't that good. That's why I mainly do. Just going to put that out. Now we hit 80. Yeah, that's out. We might as well get this as full as we can. But, yeah, I think we'll stop here. There's a reason to stop now. I don't really want to have to drive right into the you know, because this thing I have to get out, I think, and manually start the discharge. We ain't got one of those fancy combines with the auto discharge unit in. Well, I don't think I need any weight on. Get the sheet off. I think we're about there. Let's have a look. No, not quite. Should be okay. Then we'll find out. I'll switch the engine off again. I ain't gonna. No, we're not gonna hit that there. They're way out. I'm just gonna close that window. The discharge will be the really dusty bit, and it will blow right up into this cab. Now where's the that looks like it might be better this time. We'll soon find out. Yeah, that's got it. Hit the right button. No, it hasn't got it. They're not far enough forward now. Right, that means we will cut forward a bit and let's see if we can. That's better. Hit the wrong button in here. We got it this time. I always got a little bit of rape, but I'd like to keep it away from the house where possible. My wife suffers terribly from hay fever. I'm getting more and more an allergy to it as I get older. It's not at this stage. It's after. It's whilst it's flowering. It's terrible stuff. Keep playing with the idea of looking at other oil crops. Linseed used to be the big one we used to grow a lot of. Back in grandfather's day, but it's hardly used at all now. But Continent's got a nice idea with the sunflower. They look good. Don't affect people's health quite so much, and they seem to yield quite nicely too. Need special equipment though. You can just about get away with a maize header, but you really want a proper sunflower header on, so you don't lose too many the seed. How are we doing on this field? Oh, third the way through, I would say. At least our fields are not ginormous things. I wouldn't want to do them like Justin does with his little combine. He has the John Deere tow behind, as I said, but it also has a fairly old Dutch fir, and actually the little tow behind holds almost as much grain as a Dutch fir. Oh, it's fun watching him combine stuff, and he could be there all day for a pocket handkerchief field. So that field was about, I don't know, quarter the size of this, I would have thought. I might have to go and pay him a visit again and just see how he's doing over at Watt's farm. You remember he took over Charlie Watt's farm. Charlie was selling it to him when he retired, and when Charlie died, he left Justin the farm in his will, which has gone down very well with Justin's father, Crawford Brown. Crawford Browns didn't want Justin to be a farmer. And Justin said, yes, I am going to be a farmer. And that caused a big split then when he married a barmaid. Oh dear. Ooh. And not only a barmaid, but also a daughter of a farmer. It did not go down well. Oh, I did manage to get him to turn up at the wedding and at the christening. There was plenty of time between the two, by the way, before you all get the wrong idea. Mary is far too sensible to want a child and to grab a man. Also, a lot of time for that girl. Oh, yes, what I'm on there. Mother-in-law spent spent almost 24 hours watching a video stream 3 weeks ago. It was some idiots. You're not going to believe this. They spent 24 hours playing a farming game. Oh dear, the mind boggles. They said some strange names too. It was some character called Icelandic Farmer, Brummy Farmer. I didn't know they farmed over in Brummy Land. That's a little bit of fun we have when we meet up. The Midlands is actually quite a big farming area, but we in the East like to think we're the premier farming area. Who else was it? One was quite a sensible sounding name, Johnny Fee. Sounded actually, it could almost be his name. There was a farmer, oops. Perhaps that's what some people call me. He's a farmer, oops. And one or two others were there. Mad, there's a lot of them. It's bad enough when we have to work. We've had some years when we had bad weather conditions late into the night to get the harvest in real life, like your life depend on it. But all part of them, apparently they were actually collecting for charity. I hope they got a lot for it. They deserve it. Oh no, there was a couple others there. One guy's sounded like he must tear around the road, rubber burn or some such. No one who could only be an American. The Doughboy, with a name like, he could only be an American. Right, I'd just like to come out of character for one moment and just say, those are not my actual, I don't mean to sneer at any of them, they're all good mates of mine, and I just thought I'd mention the fact they'd done that. But I didn't want anybody to get the idea I was sneering at them. I actually took part for just under a couple of hours. Well, I didn't actually do much, I just drove around a bit. As I tell you, that's how I was not unlike a chocolate teapot. Well, I think we'll get down to another up and down. Next time we come up here, we'll fill that up and I'll get my screenshot then. Yeah, so yeah, my mother-in-law was in a funny state by the time she finally got to bed. But she had a funny look on her eye, like in her eyes, like I could do that. Oh boy. 24 hours having to creep round the study quietly because she's broadcasting to the nation. Band of doing this video diary, I wouldn't want to broadcast to too many people. My wife had to keep taking drinks into her and keep the stream, what mother-in-law called live, while she went and took some natural breaks. Well, she thinks she needed the amount of tea and coffee she got through. Haven't actually heard how much they raised, but I hope they raised a fair amount. I know I got conned into putting some money in. Well, it's quite simple. Her mother-in-law had that right. She said, you either put some money in or I'll sing to you for the next week. Mother-in-law's got even worse singing voice than I have. I like the old girl, but she can't sing. It's not unlike the sound of a fingernail on a blackboard. Some of you may not be old enough to remember blackboards, thinking about it. Blackboard eraser when I was at school was a favourite tool of the some teachers. They thought you weren't paying attention, you'd get that alongside your lug from 10 yards. Some of them had very good arms and good aims. Yes, I think we're empty out again here. We may get the rest of this almost in here. Try not to hit the tree. This takes enough hammer as it is. As you know, it only just came out of Chad's in time for harvest this year again. As this header is the problem, it's getting old. The combine is still in relatively good nick. Getting a bit doddery in places, but the beauty of having the system we've got here is we can use this header and we can keep it on, it folds up in the width of the combine, so we don't have to worry about actually wasting quite a bit of time. Once you put the header on a header trailer, tow that up there with a tractor, put it on the combine, get it set up to the correct figures, and then go away. And it means you've got a Then you've got to drop your trailer off, head of trailer, take the tractor back to the yard, pick up the grain trailer. No, I prefer this method. Of course, some combines tow their own headers, but I've never been a fan of that idea. Right, I think what we'll do is we'll stop. We ain't got much in there this time, but I don't think it's going to matter. We'll stop here. Lift that up. Lift that up. Take that out. Pick this beggar up. And so we're a better job of lining it up this time. Line it up from a long way out. It may work better. Oh, if I look behind, I'd see it better. That looks about right. Right. Yeah, that looks about right this time. Funny how much easier it is when you're in the cab. I'm just going to shut down all the. Oops, wrong one. That one. That one. And that one. Out of cab. Find my screenshot. Oh, one other thing I will just do, and that's go back. Oh, I have to bring this. Look at that. Just want to make that disappear. That's it. Yeah, we try to do this right. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Well, we were going to do that right, and we messed it right up now. Ah, now it's gone. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's better. Oh, well, we'll do it like this. We'll take it from this side. It won't look quite so much like a stage picture from there. Right, with that I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please consider leaving a like. Even with all the stumbles, there must be something good in here. Not just my personality. What personality, they say. Yes, if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. Always happy to have you aboard. And an auto combine just started. I don't particularly want auto combine, thank you. Wrong one, what's that on? I think it's gone better. It's got rid of it again. Where did we get to? Oh yes, any comments, questions, queries, or anything you want to chat about, feel free to do so. Always happy to hear from good folks. One. I'll bring that back in. And with that, oh yes, I read everyone. All know that. I read everyone, and I try and reply to everyone. So with that, it's Naaman saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.